There was another live stream where they showed off new cards in Burst of Destiny. One of the new cards they showed off was Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. This wasn't a big surprise to me that Evil Twins were going to get more support, because ever since their debut in Genesis Impactors, they've had support in a core set, one card support in every core set. In Blazing Vortex, they got Lilith Treat. In Lightning Overdrive, they got Kiskilla Frost. In Dawn of Majesty, they got Live Twin Trouble Sun. And in Burst of Destiny, now they're getting Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. So yeah, it's not a surprise. You can tell Konami really likes this archetype. That's why they constantly keep giving them new support. So I haven't read the effect yet, so this is just going to be a blind review. But looking at it already, I can tell it's a Link 4. It has the Firewall arrows, so yeah, let's just read it now. So it's a Link 4 Light Fiend effect monster. It has 3300 attack, which is actually kind of surprising. That's a lot for a Link 4. I think that might actually be the strongest Link 4. Yeah, I think it might actually be. I'm trying to think if there's another Link 4 that has more natural attack than this. Obviously, other ones like Boral Sword and Access Code can make their attack higher, but I think in terms of natural attack, this might be the strongest Link 4. It being a Fiend monster isn't too surprising because the other two Link monsters, Kiskilla and Lula, in the Evil Twin archetype are also Fiends, so yeah. The Link materials are 2+ monsters, including Evil Twin. That's incredibly easy for them to summon. They don't have a problem with that at all. You can only use each effect amongst the first and second effects once per turn, so yeah, the standard hard once per turn for both. Quick effect, you contribute this card special summon from your graveyard up to one Kiskilla and Lula monster each. Wow, that's amazing. For people who don't know, Evil Twins have two Link monsters already. It's Kiskilla, Evil Twin Kiskilla, and Evil Twin Lilila. Kiskilla lets you draw a card if it's summoned when there's a Lilila monster on the field, and Lilila has an effect where if it's summoned, whether it's Kiskilla on the field, it can pop a card. And both of them have quick effects to where they can special summon either the opposite one if you don't have another one of them on the field from the graveyard. However, if you use that effect, you're locked into Fiends for the rest of the turn, which is something that kind of hurt them. This is already really good because this lets you summon them on your opponent's turn, meaning you get to draw and you get to pop a card, which is really, really nice. Plus, it's a Link 4, which is means that you can just make both of these guys, or both of those Lilila and Kiskilla, and then link into that, and then on your opponent's turn, you just tag out, and you get to draw a card, and you get to pop a card. That's really good, because up until this point, there was no really easy way to summon Lilila on your opponent's turn and to pop a card for them. And to make matters worse, if you use the effect to special summon them, you're locked into Fiends only. So, really the only thing that they could make was Unchained Abomination, which is okay, because it pops a card, but, that's not really too strong compared to all the other options. So this gives them a really strong Link 4 that they can summon on their turn. And a matter of fact, this makes another card really, really good. It's a Live Twin Home. That was the card. It's an emergency teleport for their archetype that discards a card, and you can special them Lilila and Kiskilla from your deck. However, the reason why that was really bad and no one ever played it is because it locked you into Evil Twins from your extra deck for the rest of the turn, which is a really, really harsh restriction because they only had two Link monsters, so you had to make Lilila or Kiskilla, and you couldn't make something like Unchained Abomination. But this card actually makes the emergency teleport for their archetype playable because now they have two main deck monsters that are really good. It's Lilila and Kiskilla. If you normal summon them or special summon them while you don't have another monster on the field, you can special summon the other one. So you can essentially using Lilila or Kiskilla, you can make this into one card because you normal summon Lilila or Kiskilla, special summon the other from your deck, link into Evil Twin Kiskilla. It has to be Kiskilla here. And then you activate the effect to bring back the Lilila, you link both of those away into Lilila, activate the Lilila to bring back a Kiskilla, and then since Kiskilla is summoned while you have a Lilila monster, you get to draw a card, which is really, really good, because if you did Lilila first, then you get to pop a card, but you'd be going first, so there'd be nothing to pop. So this is really good, because now you can actually use the emergency teleport this archetype has, and then get a summon, and then end on this kind of quote-unquote boss monster, and you can actually do something on your opponent's turn. It's amazing. They finally gives Evil Twin Home a reason to be played, because you can end on something that's locked into the Evil Twin archetype from your extra deck. So that's actually, this is really, really good. I really wish this came out earlier, because then the Evil Twin Home, which is their emergency teleport, would have been a better card. But yeah, I guess better late than never. The second effect, you can banish a card from the graveyard, send one Evil Twin monster from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the graveyard, send one card from the field to the graveyard. Okay, this is another really, really good effect. However, there's only one Evil Twin main deck monster, and it's Evil Twin Kiskilla and Lilila. However, it's this effect is really good for them, because it's a cost. First of all, it's a cost to send it to the graveyard, so you already be getting Kiskilla and Lilila are kind of like bricks That one card, it's like pretty good. What it does is it tributes 2 Link monsters on the field, which you'll have if you tribute this card. And then if your opponent has 3 or more cards, you can force your opponent to send cards they control to the graveyard until they only have 2, which is really good because it bypasses card effects that are unaffected by cards because it's making your opponent send them to the graveyard, which is pretty good. And this gets it into the grave. So even if you like, it's actually kind of not a brick because if you draw it, you can send it from your hand to the graveyard. So yeah, but that's the only main deck one. So if you want to send face up from your field to the graveyard, you have to send the Link monsters only. So yeah, this is a really, really good card. Also the removal effect does not target and doesn't destroy, it just sends, which is pretty cool. This is really, really good actually for Evil Twins because now it gives them a lot more plays. It essentially what it makes the deck now is because it gives it a good boss monster to end on that does something on your opponent's turn that interacts with them. It gives you a pop. What you could probably do is you could actually play Evil Twins as like kind of like a weird stun deck, if that makes sense, because they have so many 1-card starters in their deck. You can just play like the 12 cards that you need. You just play three Cascilla for the main deck live twin monsters. You play 3 live twin home, and then you play 3 live twin troublesome, which is like a Rhoda for the archetype, and then you just fill up on a bunch of hand traps because you're going to be drawing a lot of cards. You draw once for Cascilla on your turn, and then you draw once on your opponent's turn for Cascilla, so you get like 2 draws. So you can essentially just play like a bunch of hand traps and like maybe a bunch of like traps in your deck, and you can play it kind of like a weird stun deck. Like, I don't know if that'll actually be competitive, but like that's an idea you can play as a deck, like, which is really good because it finally gives them direction. Like, you can finally play them as a pure deck instead of just like a weird engine package in Unchained. So yeah, really, really good card, Konami. Like, I'm actually quite impressed. If only they could make support this good for like other archetypes, I think the game would actually be a lot better.